Hello there, and welcome to RanGB's War Thunder plane analysis. The last plane analysis that is going to happen in arcade, or at least for most planes. I'm going to, at the end of the video, I'll tell you something about this because I have decided on some slight different decision than what I said in the channel update. But well, we are going to see this plane, the La5FN. This was one of the most hated planes in this game up to 1.29. It was simply broken. It had a totally broken flight model. The plane would not lose energy no matter what. This plane was able to do the most crazy stuff you can think of. And of course, people simply hated them. There was a lot of complaints about it, and they were pretty right. But now it's a fixed plane, which means it's no longer broken. The flight model got corrected, it's got a completely new flight model, and now people say this plane sucks. I beg to differ. It doesn't suck. It's actually a pretty nice plane. It has some big drawbacks, and we are going to comment on those, but it's actually a pretty nice plane. This is I will call this a mix between a BF-109 and a Focke-Wulf 190. But that's not really correct. It's an NRE fighter. You should fly this like you fly a 109. It has a very powerful engine. It's a pretty light plane, and as such it accelerates and climbs very well. This plane wins energy very fast. It's not bad in turns, but you'd rather want to stay out of them. It's not very good either, so it's middle ground, sort of like a BF-109. There's a thing about this plane, and that's not. I mean, it's a speed ground. It's tough. It really stands up a lot of damage unless they involve your engine. If your engine is touched, well, forget it. I mean, it's going to die, no matter what. Really, don't go for head-ons in this plane, because one hit in the engine and the engine is a goner. It's as easy as that. The rest of the structure is pretty tough. I mean, and it is not very sensible to damage, so it's strange. I mean, you can get a black wing on this plane and actually not having the same troubles as you'll find in other fighters. As controllability is very good at low speeds, has a pretty nice roll rate, doesn't turn bad at all, but at high speeds it suffers a lot. Loses roll rate very fast, and it actually has a. You can hear it in the game when you start going at 570 kilometers per hour or something like that. It really you can start hearing the air going very fast through your plane, and that's a dead signal that you are very close to the flutter speed, which in arcade doesn't mean, but in historical battles does. So it's not a plane that can go very fast in a dive. It's not a plane that does very well in a zoom. It's very light. So as I told you, fly it like a 109 and you'll get good results of it. There's another thing about this. I mean, it's not as good as a climber or as a accelerator as a G2, for instance, as a BF-109 G2. But this plane is super fast. It's a very quick plane down low, on very close to sea level. So it's a plane where you can use your speed to run away very quickly. This plane is actually, I think, I haven't tested its top speed, but I think it's actually faster than a Focke-Wulf 190 and an A5, of course, and that's very quick, very quick. So it's got a similar acceleration and climb rate to the 109, and it has the top speed of a Focke-Wulf 190. The problem is that at high speeds it doesn't maneuver very well. Overall, it's a very complete plane. It's a very nice plane to fly. I can tell you that I had fun in this plane until someone else came to disgrace my fun. I told you about this in the update channel video. As for the weapons, I use armor targets. As for the WWII, well, you can see that most of the belts have either fragmentation incendiary or fragmentation high explosive, and I feel these don't do a lot of damage. You need a lot of hits to actually take something down with this. With this you get API and AP, and I mean AP tracer, and I can tell you that with this belt the cannons feel a lot stronger. And I guess it's all related to the high explosive fragmentation round that doesn't really do the job for most aircraft. I mean, if you get against a zero, for instance, you are going to blow it to bits with high explosive fragmentation. But if you are going against a bullfighter, good luck, and I mean it. So yeah. Use those. I'm not bothering with stealth, even I don't have it unlocked here. I do have it in the German one. I have both. And for this analysis, I actually flew both. You're going to see videos of the Russian one only. But I tried them all the belts, and the best one, without a doubt, I mean, it's not even a competition. Is the belt against armor targets. I mean, API is very effective in this cannon. High explosive fragmentation is not. So, well, that's it for the intro. Let's see some action. I'm going to tell you they are not going to be very exciting games because I got a couple good games in this plane. One of them pretty nice. I was going in a 6-kill streak, but a moron decided to friendly ram me, and I can't put that up. I simply can't, because I'm going to rage like mad, and you don't want to hear me raging. You want to hear a plane analysis. So, well, let's see some action. So, first battle in Stalingrad domination. I already climbed it a bit. I'm avoiding that guy that's coming. This is one of those games where I got recognized, and that guy in particular had said hello, WWII. I thought he had left me. I mean, he was coming for me, but I thought I had left him behind. Now you are going to see it. I have a black wing, but the plane doesn't drop it as badly as other plane do. So yeah, I can maneuver pretty well, which is surprising. So right now what I'm trying to do is to RTB because, well, I mean, I can maneuver, but this is still a black wing. I still have pretty tough problems taking off that guy, for instance. What I'm doing right now is to try to scissor with him, going from height to height, so he overshoots, which he does, and someone else takes him off. By the way, that was also an La5FN. I told you, the engine of that plane, of this plane, is made of paper. If something sneezes your engine, you are going to suffer. And now, see this. I needed a pretty long burst to kill that guy. With our 20mm guns, at the second burst he would have been mostly toast. But still I got him. With a black engine. I mean a black wing. Which is... I mean, this is one of the strong points of this plane. It's not very susceptible to structural damage. And even if you get structural damage, it's not hard to control. At least not as hard as other planes are. I don't really know why, but it's that way. So what I'm going to do is obviously I'm going to land. With this wing as it is, I simply can't fly. The whole game was really strange, this one, because from the beginning 110 getting me from that low, I don't know exactly how he did it. He was very weak, and well, that's a good instance of bad situational awareness. I saw him shooting at me, and I said, oh okay, I will simply go up, and I simply will keep up going, and he will be left behind. And no, he was coming up so fast that he really got, well, you see it, both my wings. But well, I'm able to land and repair. soft landing. And also, it's very strange. I don't know exactly why. Sometimes when you land a damaged plane, even if you don't have anything black, you'll get a kill. You'll get killed, and someone will get the kill rewarded. But sometimes when you land with a black thing, it doesn't happen. You can see in this one, it didn't count as a kill. So I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with the game in that instance, but whatever. Repaired I am, so I can go up again. Taking a look, we are winning this. I mean, the game is... We have 2 airfields, and they have very few tickets. So, yeah. Right now what I'm doing is to hurrying and moving as fast as I can towards the action, because I want to get something for entertaining for the review. I see a buffalo which is going after one of our friendlies. I get a pretty nice front burst. Probably got his fuel lines because I didn't get any criticals. But then again, look at that, I got a lot of hits. Well, not a lot, I mean 3 of them, and I only got the elevator in a level 2 or 3 plane. I'm not sure if that the level 2 or 3, but whatever. The high explosive fragmentation is not really effective. Again, here I come and finish him. Saving that poor guy who was really in a bad spot. And I give him a well done because he did a very nice drag. The next fighter combat school I'm going to put up, guys, is going to be about drags. How to do a proper drag. And well, I don't know if I want. Well, I think about how to properly do it, because in picture it's hard to describe. You're going to need some in-game footage for that. But I think something, so don't worry. Because as for the reason why I'm going to put a video about that is because people don't know how to drag. Simply don't. And they don't know how to recognize when someone is dragging an enemy. Dragging an enemy basically is attracting his attention, so another guy who's coming into his 6 can easily get him. And I see a lot, and I mean it, a lot of wrong drags. And yeah, if you get the hold on how to do it, it's going to be a lot easier for you guys to survive. So, well, a couple kills, and the game is about to end. It was not a very long one, because the team was really good. Here I come versus a 0. Look at this, the amount of hits I get on those, and that guy, and he doesn't go down. High explosive fragmentation, told you, not a really good ammunition. So, well, let's see the results and move to another battle, which is going to be in Berlin suburbs. Actually, again, I have already climbed it, and I see a lot of red there. There's an ME410, there's a Junkers 88. The ME410 comes, gets some hits on him, nothing happens. High explosive reputation again. And I see a Junkers 88, and this surprised me. I got a very fast kill on that guy. It is not usual with the belt I'm using in this battle. I see this guy is coming up for me, so I point up, recognize when I can come down, and go down on him. He's distracted, so I go for him, checking around just in case something is behind me. Seems not. I'm coming, and that pull up was because I don't want to be so quick as not to be able to maneuver, and also because the guy was maneuvering back towards me. So what I do is, again, moving to the vertical, make sure he's not coming up, and then bounce him. There you go. Look at this. Look at the hits I get on this guy, and he doesn't go down. I got his elevator damaged, but not his tail. so he's still flying. And I come down again. Look at that. I mean, lots and lots of hits. And he simply doesn't go down. It's insane. I mean, with German ammunition, that guy would have been dead at the second burst. With Hispanos, at the second or third burst. But not with these cannons with high explosive fragmentation. It's simply impossible. And now I'm in very, very deep ship. Because I'm deep into enemy territory. There are a lot of guys coming for me. So I have to make use of what I told you. This plane is very quick down low. But of course there are guys diving and they are faster. So I mean, a guy tried to run, but in the end I will have to maneuver a bit or they are going to kill me. I call for the team to help me, but no. I got my elevators totally destroyed by a hit by that King Cobra. But still I'm flying, so just for the fun of it, and just for the sake of that, and go on. I don't have ailerons. I mean, this is just me using mouse, because the elevator simply wouldn't work. And look at this, it's very funny. I mean, the pitch up and pitch down is totally automatic. I mean, the plane is pitching up and down like mad as the speed goes up and down. I'm just trying to head the plane to a general direction and firing like mad, just in case I can get a kill just by luck. And that's very funny. Look at that barrel roll. Avoiding like that, like I can, but well, this is going to happen like this. There's no way around that. So next battle, again in suburbs, and here I'm using API ammunition. I'm using anti-armor ammunition. So I see a P63A. Go for him. Bad aiming, have to admit, because I didn't want to crash versus that guy. So I break away, come down on him, get shots. Again, he gets on fire because I have hit him badly, but you know what happens when enemies see a flaming target. Look at that, critical because of the fire. I go up and destroy him. You have seen what did another La5FN took to go down. I have seen my bad, because this was bad aiming, and I still got him in not so much. So well, next in line is a Mitchell B25, which are pretty tough. I mean, those bombers are hard to bring down. First of all, because the defensive gunners really can mess your plane very fast. And again, this is not a good plane for going against bombers. Why? Because the engine is made of paper. If you get a bad hit on the engine from a 50 cal, the engine dies. It's as simple as that. But still, I have to go for him. Get a very good burst, but assist because the Jak 90 simply blasted him. So going up, you can see here, this style of flying is very similar to that style you saw me in the BF109G2 videos. It's using the acceleration, dogfighting a lot, but not turning a lot, using the vertical, etc, etc. But I'm not boom and zooming because this plane can't boom and zoom. It's as simple as that. Taking a look because I see a King Cobra there and I don't want to be surprised from behind while I attack him. He kills the Stuka he was going for. And you can hear the sound of the wind, and it's only 560 kilometers per hour. This sound means that the plane is very close to its top speed. In arcade it's not a problem, but in historical battles it is. So there you go, he's breaking. Couple good hits. Come behind. He's maneuvering, trying to get some hits, being careful not to hit the Typhoon. but get some fire from someone else and I get just an assist. Still not bad. I mean, I didn't put a lot of hits on that guy. Next in line is going to be that P47, which is deep into our territory and I want to deal with him. Again, you can see I'm not bothering a lot with getting a lot of altitude. What I'm bothering is about my situational awareness and by the fact that I can accelerate and climb very fast if I need to. P47 is going from ground targets. Count on him. But the Yak 90 again. This is what happens. You put all. He was going down and I kill him, but I mean, one hit of that Yak 90 and I wouldn't have gotten any kill at all. I go for a reload and come up. You can see how sharply the change of these cannons is with high explosive fragmentation or with API. It's night and day. I mean, they are not by far as damaging as the German cannons with HCI, because they shouldn't be in the first instance, but they hit much harder. Now I notice something has fired me from in front of me. I ensure the kill, look back, and that's very bad news. It's a King Cobra. I try to avoid, but no, the guy knows his stuff. I'm not making this guy overshoot. He's keeping his position behind me, trying to shake him off, trying to wait for the Yak 90 to come and help me. But in the end, tail gone, and he gets the kill. So you saw that. It's not the most exciting gameplay ever, I can tell you that, I have to admit it. But I told you, I have had a lot of troubles getting proper footage for this plane. A lot of them. I mean, I have never felt such impotence playing arcade. And it's not just with this game, with this plane, because later I would spawn a Yak 3 or a P3N, and it was all the same story. I mean, it's just the way arcade has developed. It's no longer for me. And back what I was telling you in the intro, yeah, the plane analysis are going to be integrally in historical battles for those planes that I can get a proper review in historical battles. I'm going to explain myself. A lot of you are asking for TA152 gameplay, are asking for Jet gameplay and analysis. You are asking for a Tempest analysis. You are asking for high levels. And I'm all happy to bring that to you. And actually this evening I have tried to get some TA152 gameplay and some Tempest gameplay. The Tempest gameplay, I mean the Tempest analysis is going to be in arcade. It's going to be in arcade and there's no way around it. As for a reason, I played 6 games in a row with the Tempest, and in the 6 games, after 2 minutes of the game start, I was the only guy up at 3000 meters. And of course I was asking in chat, what the hell is going wrong with you guys? They are coming at 4000 at least, and they are going to eat us alive. And I got this answer. Well, we are going to get fucked by Doras anyway, so why bother going at an altitude? Of course, with that spirit and with those teams, I'm never going to win. And it's going to be always the same story. Me maybe getting 1 kill and then getting bat raped by the whole enemy team that has eaten my team alive, because they are morons who won't climb in historical battles. So the Tempest I'm going to do in arcade, because simply I'm not flying high levels in allies. I can't. I mean, the Tempest is very expensive to repair in historical battles, and I mean I'm going up with morons all the time. So no, that review is not happening in historical battles. As for the German high tiers, it's a very similar story, but in a different one. You all have seen my Henkel 162 game, where at game start I was left alone versus 2 MiG-15s. Well, this afternoon I got into 2 games in the TA-152. In both of them, we were facing enemy jets. In both of them, half of the German team was gone after 30 seconds. And the TA-152 cost 40,000 to repair in historical battles. And again, no deal. I mean, what's the point in making a review and not playing when I'm going against jets and I'm one of the 50% of the team who has balls and has actually grown hair on them balls to go up against jets instead of quitting and logging into the same game trying to rape someone in a $13. So yeah, that's simply impossible. I can't make an analysis, a proper TA-152 analysis in historical battles for that sad reason. I'm sorry, I really want to make that, but I simply can't. Simply because each time I go into a battle with a TA-152, it's a level 16. It's going to find jets, want it or not. And if I'm going to find me, I mean, half the team going away after 30 seconds, what's the point in trying to make a review? You can't. Simply can't. You only can see how those jets are going to rape me. So that one will also happen in arcade, and probably the jet ones are going to happen in arcade as well, for very the same reason, at least in what regards to anything that's not level 20. And the Germans, for instance, the higher fighter they have is a level 19, and of course, if I'm in a level 19, that costs, I don't know how much, but I'm going to check right now. Costs 74,000 lions to repair. If I'm going to go up in one of those, you can figure out I want to do so with a team that's going to stay and not run away because there are 2 mixed 15s in the other team. So, well, that's what's going to happen. All the rest of the reviews for all the other levels that are more or less at least easy to repair, I'm going to do in historical battles. Except for those, the rest will be in historical battles. So, well, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you enjoyed the La5FN, which is a plane that's rarely seen right now, and it's a pity because it's a pretty capable one. Well, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Any questions you want to make me in the comment section below, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you later.